Have you ever accidentally cut yourself with a kitchen knife? Painful, right? Now imagine that pain multiplied by 10. Oh, and the cuts are for your entire body. The thought of this process happening to oneself is brutal enough, but the fact remains that flaying was used as a form of torture and manipulation in the past. The brutal practice had been observed through carvings of potteries and stones that dated back from 800 to 900 BC during the Neo-Assyrian times. Royal edicts of Assyrian kings seem to suggest that they imposed the torture method on captives, prisoners of war, and rebel leaders. After the captured enemy or rebellious ruler was flayed, their skin was nailed to the wall of the city as a warning to those who dared to defy the king. Another example of the practice was in 1303, when the treasury of Westminster Abbey was robbed. Unfortunately for the culprits, the large sum of the money belonged to King Edward I, the man infamously known for his fierce temper and was feared by his underlings. Authorities arrested and interrogated more than 40 monks and eventually found 3 of them to be guilty. As punishment, these 3 men were flayed and their skins were attached to the doors of the church as a warning. Records of this practice were also observed in ancient China, where Emperor Sun Hao was known for removing the skin off of people's faces. He would flay rebels, servants, officials, and traitors. To begin with this brutal practice, a prisoner was often tied and stretched to a wooden bed, specifically designed for this torture method. Their hands would be stretched out over their heads and their feet held together. There were different kinds of flaying, but the general concept remained the same. The torture would start somewhere on the poor person's body and work their way to the end, peeling off the skin in one solid piece. Normally, torturers would start with a person's face, thigh, buttocks, or leg using a small knife and very slowly and meticulously cut through the often awake and alert person. After the skin was removed, the person would usually die after a few hours to a few days. Causes of death were usually blood loss, shock, infection, and hypothermia, because without the skin, the body would lose its ability to regulate heat. Humans are unparalleled when it comes to finding new, merciless ways to hurt other beings. Do you have any other topics that you want me to cover? Let me know in the comments section. Oh, and before you leave, please subscribe. Thanks.